I pack my kids for a weekend getaway. If you watch our daily videos, you know that we go out of town a lot on the weekends. My parents and Chris's parents only live about an hour and a half away. So it's very easy for us to pick up on a Friday afternoon, drive down there and spend the weekend and come back on Sunday. I have a little list on my phone of all the things that I need to pack for the kids. Some things I take every single time, some things I don't, but I wanted to share with you what I'm bringing with them this time. I've learned over the weekends that you don't have to pack every single thing for your child. I used to pack everything I could think of that I might possibly, maybe slightly need, and it would drive Chris crazy at how much stuff was in our car. So over the weekends, I've kind of dwindled down. Now I pretty much bring the bare minimum, and I am glad that I do because it's less to pack, less to unpack, and everybody's happy. So also, I wanted to remind you guys that most of the time, wherever you're going, there's gonna be a store where you can buy something if you forget something. It's not a big deal. Obviously, you wanna make sure you have your more expensive things that you might need if you think you need a baby monitor or formula, things that are more expensive that maybe you don't wanna go out and buy again, just because you forgot it. So I would suggest making a list on your phone or somewhere where you can always have a list. The list on my phone is great because I can put a little check mark by each thing, and then when we're done, I delete the check mark, and then so it's ready for the next weekend, we're ready to go out, I can put new check marks by it. So I'm gonna just show you guys what we're packing for the kids. I'll also share with you at the end some things that I'm not bringing with us this time that I do have on my list for other times as well. And let's just get into it. Okay, so here is a big pile of things that we're bringing for the kids, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in this bag down here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm just gonna go through each thing and tell you why or what it is if it's not clear what it is. So the first thing is a burp cloth. We are bringing just one burp cloth. We're going to be there for 2 days, so this should do. I do want to mention that if for some reason you run out of clothes, or like this burp cloth gets really dirty, like if he throws up or spits up a ton, we can always do laundry, especially because we're going to my parents' house and they have a washer and dryer there. If you're going somewhere that doesn't have accessible laundry or easy laundry, then I would suggest maybe packing 2, even though you're going for 2 days, or an extra pair of clothes. But for our sake this time, and for our suitcases space this time, we're just packing this one burp cloth. Okay, I am packing Jackson's Gap sweatshirt as well as Jane's Gap jacket, and this is so they are warm obviously, but I'm not even sure what the weather is going to be like while we're there, so this is kind of just in case. I don't want my children to get super cold. All right, next we have a whole bunch of underwear for Jane and some pull-ups. She is potty trained during the day, but I make sure I bring extra just in case she has any accidents. And like I said, if she goes through all of these, then we can still do laundry at my mom's house. But she is also still wearing pull-ups during nap and bedtime, and we have plenty of those just in case there's an accident or she wants to change before she even goes to bed. So we have plenty of those. Moving on to some bathroom stuff, I have Jane's hair detangler. We could probably go without this, but she loves this stuff, and a lot of times, especially when she's having fun on the weekends, her hair gets really, really naughty, and we need to use that. In this bag, we have her toothbrush and her toothpaste. We also have some hair bows. We have her hairbrush. We have some clips and some hair ties. This is basically all of her hygiene stuff, and my mom has the rest, so this is pretty much all we have to bring for her. We just have 2 pairs of shoes for her. She's gonna wear another pair on her trip there, so we have these shoes. Like I said, I'm not sure what the weather is gonna be like, so hopefully these will be warm enough because she doesn't have any winter shoes yet. For Jackson, we have this blanket. We are bringing a thicker blanket this time. Like I said, I think it's supposed to be a little bit cold, so this is for him while he's in his car seat or in a stroller if he needs to bundle up. So clothes-wise for Jackson, I have a short sleeve onesie and then 2 long sleeve onesies. And then I have 3 pairs of sweatpants. Like I said, we're gonna be going for 2 days, so this allows him to have an extra pair of clothes just in case he has a blowout or it's like way too hot and he needs to wear that t-shirt. We have 2 more outfits here just in case. We have a little romper, and this is short sleeves as well, so if it starts to get hot then he can wear this. And then his Panthers little onesie because we're going to be there during a Panthers game, and I'm sure his dad wants him to wear that. And then 2 pairs of pajamas. He has a Spider-Man one and this monster one because we're going to be there for 2 nights. And then lastly for Jackson, we have his this Aiden and Anise swaddle blanket. I use these for everything. I actually have one in his car seat right now that he's going to use on the way there, and then this one can be used for anything else. Sometimes I even fold this out and let this be his changing mat on the floor as well. So we use these for everything. Okay, moving on to Jane. She has 2 pairs of pajamas as well for both nights. And then I have all sorts of clothes for her. Nothing is really like an outfit. I have this short sleeve shirt. I have some jean shorts. I have this tank top that she can wear with leggings if it's not super hot or super cold. I have this long sleeve blouse dress thing that she can wear. I also have jeggings for her and a Gamecock t-shirt. So all of that I'll probably be able to find 2 outfits in, and her jacket as well if it's cold. So that's that for her clothes. Okay, so next we have a big blanket for Jane, and sometimes I don't bring this, but especially when we're going to my mom's house or anywhere that maybe she doesn't know where we're going, it's nice to have one small blanket that's hers, that smells like her, that she knows, and she can play with. So we're bringing that. We cannot forget our stuffed animals. We don't bring many toys, and I'll explain that later, but we always have to bring Lala and Lovey, and then we have Jackson's Lovey, who he's becoming very attached to. So these are the stuffed animals that we bring with us.
It's a monkey.
Yeah. And then we have Jackson's swaddle. This is just the swaddle blanket that he uses. It's the kind that like zippers up. So we use one of those. We're bringing some wipes just in case. Sometimes my mom has wipes, sometimes she doesn't, so we bring these with us. These are our sound machines. They're old phones that we have. This is Jane's sound machine, and we have a charger for that, and then Jackson's sound machine and his chargers right here. I'm bringing Tylenol, and the reason why I'm bringing this, I could go to the store and get this, but if it's late at night and we're having like teething problems or something, then we can have this. Sometimes I also bring a thermometer, especially during like flu and cold season, just in case, because that is something expensive that I probably don't want to go out and buy another one of. I have the kids' passies here. We can't forget passies. I always bring one sippy cup for Jane. My mom has a few others. If we're going somewhere for longer periods of time, then I'll bring another one, but this should be good for the weekend. I'm just bringing one monitor. This is Jackson's monitor, and I'm bringing that, and it comes with the camera. It looks like a whole bunch of mess, but just the camera, and then this, and the charger for this. And that is it. Okay, so like I said, I have a little list on my phone, but I wrote down all the things that I'm not bringing this time that I do still have on my list for other times that we go out of town. My mom has a lot of things that are on my list at her house at all times that way I don't have to pack all of these things every single time. But if we were going somewhere that didn't have these things, these are definitely things that I would bring. So I'm just gonna go ahead and list those things. Number 1 is a stroller. My mom has a stroller at her house. It's not a double stroller, so if ever we are going to her house and we feel like we do need the double stroller for any reason, if we're gonna go somewhere and walk around a lot, then I will pack that. But right now it's kind of hard to pack that huge double stroller with both the dogs in the back of the car. So she has a single stroller at her house that we use if we need it. Also, I have on the list an iPad. That is something that we used to bring all the time before we got my new car. My new car has the DVD players and the headrest right now, and those are lifesavers. Sometimes we still do bring the iPad, even though we have that. If I know we're going to go somewhere during the day that maybe she's not going to be very much entertained with and the phone's not going to do justice, we'll bring the iPad as well, but we're not bringing it this time. The pack and play. We are definitely bringing the pack and play with us this time, but it's already in the car, but I definitely wanted to list that. Obviously that's something you need to bring, or something for your baby to sleep in if they're not in a bed yet. Toys. My mom has a ton of toys at her house, so we try not to bring any toys with us. Of course, like you saw, we bring Jane's Lala and Lovey, and we bring Jackson's Lovey as well. But other than that, my mom has a ton of toys, a ton of books at her house, so that prevents me from having to pack a bunch of toys and keep track of toys. Diapers. My mom pretty much always has diapers on hand, and that's something else that we can go out and buy at the store if we run out. Obviously, right now we're in the fall, and so I'm not bringing these, but swim diapers, their bathing suits, beach toys, pool floats, floaty vests, any of those kind of things are always things that we pack for the winter time. Also baby sunscreen. So sometimes my mom has baby sunscreen, but I always pack it just in case, and I think I always have one in my little emergency kit in the car as well, just in case we're out somewhere and I think the babies need sunscreen. Bibs is also on my list. That's something that I haven't packed in a really long time, but I'm keeping it on my list because Jackson's gonna be eating solids soon and he's gonna need bibs. Jane hasn't wore bibs for a while now, although sometimes she might need a bib and we just kind of just change her clothes. But that is something that I'm going to keep on my list, but I'm not bringing this time. Snacks. I always have snacks on the list. That's kind of just a reminder, especially for the car ride. Something else that we always remember to bring is baby shampoo, baby body wash, and baby lotion. That is just a preference of mine. Some people don't mind washing their baby's hair or cleaning them with regular soap, adult shampoo. That's fine if you want to use your own, but those are always things that I have on my list as well, but my mom has all that at her house. Also a baby infant bathtub. I know that there's some collapsible, like foldable, packable, you know, ones that you can get at the store or at Babies R Us. But we had a huge one. That is something that we don't usually pack, but I had on my list just in case we were going somewhere that wasn't my mom's house and I just felt weird about putting my baby straight into that tub, like a hotel tub or something. That's just my preference. Something else that's on my list that I'm not bringing this time is essential oils. Especially in the winter time, starting very soon, I like to bring our Four Thieves oil because that prevents my kids from being sick. If we're going somewhere where there's like a lot of kids or a lot of people, then I can rub that on their feet and hopefully they won't get sick. Also, any other ones that I think might calm my babies down if we're somewhere foreign, somewhere that they don't know or might have a hard time going to sleep, we can bring like lavender oil or something like that. So that's on my list, but we're not bringing it this time. Something else that's on my list, which a lot of you might not need to pack, are bottle cleaner and formula. If you are a breastfeeding mom, then you won't need this. Maybe you might need to pack your pump and all your pump supplies, or you might still need a bottle cleaner if you're still pumping and feeding your baby that way. But my mom has a bottle cleaner and she also has formula at her house, so that saves us some packing. And last but not least on my list of things that we're not bringing this time is either like a bumbo or a chair or a play mat for your baby to lay on or play on. Obviously you can just lay your baby on the floor, and a lot of times if you're visiting somewhere, especially with family, your baby's gonna be held a lot by family members. But I always like to bring his bouncy chair just so that he can rest in that if we're all trying to eat and no one can hold him at the time, and he doesn't have to lay on the floor all of the time either. Or like a bumbo where he could sit up once he got a little bit older, or even your boppy pillow just so he can like lean up on that or do tummy time on that. Those are things that we would sometimes bring. Now that Jackson is sitting up on his own pretty much all of the time, we don't bring any of that anymore because he can just sit up on the floor and play, and then if he wants to lay down on the floor on his tummy or on his back, that's fine too. He can also sit up in a high chair, which my mom has a high chair at her house as well, so we can kind of just put him in that too if he wants to sit up and look around. My mom also has a little walker for him, so he can sit in that as well. So if you're going somewhere like a hotel and you don't want your baby on the hotel floor, or if your baby doesn't like being on its back all the time or on tummy time, that's just something to keep in mind or to put on your list. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope I gave you guys some good tips and reminded you of things that you probably don't have to bring and things that you definitely do have to bring. Leave in the comments below something that I might have forgot or something that you think I need to keep on my list just in case, and I'll see you guys next time.